Hey, this is Chris Dewey with May River Medicare, and today we're going to talk about the Cost of Medicare 2023. Your FICA taxes throughout your life you paid do cover one part of Medicare, your Part A. But we're going to go over Part B, Part C, Part D. And the most kind of troubling for a lot of folks that go on Medicare, it's a shock to their system as they think, all right, I'm on Medicare Parts A and B, or even Part C with an Advantage plan. Everything's free. Well, you're in for a bit of a rude awakening. Medicare does cover a lot of stuff. Unfortunately, doesn't cover everything. So let's dive into it. So each year, Medicare sets its prices on premiums, deductibles, copays, and coinsurance. And for the most part, seniors have been battling with inflation over the past year with the increase in costs of healthcare. The one bright spot I can see is this year, the premium, in particular, the Part B premium actually went down. We've had some decreases across the board on some things. So that's a bright spot that I guess we can be grateful for. So before I dive into the changes in the costs and the prices for these Medicare parts, if you click on the little YouTube subscribe button right by at the bottom part of this video, you will get updates if any major changes in Medicare premiums, deductibles, what have you. So Part A covers your hospital insurance. Most folks turning 65 pay nothing for Part B because throughout your working life you paid FICA taxes that were deducted out of your payroll checks to prepay for Part A hospital insurance. Now, if you worked at least 10 years or 40 quarters, or you are married to a spouse who worked 10 years or 40 quarters, Part B costs nothing. However, if you fall short of that, if you work less than 30 quarters, which is 7.5 years, if you work 7.5 years or less, you're going to pay a $506 a month premium for Part A. Got a brother that's going to end up paying that. I don't think he's worked more than a few years in his entire life. So let us not digress. So if you work at least 7.5 years, but less than 10 years, you're going to pay $278 a month for Part A. But guys, most of you work 10 years or over, so we're not going to have to worry about that. Okay, and besides the Part A premium for those folks who didn't work enough, there's a Part A deductible for everybody. It's a hospital deductible. It's $1,600. If you're admitted into the hospital, you will pay $1,600 right up front as your Part A hospital deductible. Now, if you go back in next week or the week after, you don't have to pay that again. If you're out of the hospital for 60 full days and go back in, you're going to pay that $1,600 deductible again. All right, and that's a good segue into Part B. There's a Part B deductible. Part B obviously is everything that's done outside the hospital, doctors, blood work, outpatient surgery, things like that. So Part B also has a deductible. It's an annual deductible of $226. Keep in mind, let's say you go to the doctor's, it's a $100 doctor visit. Medicare is going to pay 80% of that visit, so it's going to pay $80. You're stuck with that $20. That $20 that you pay goes towards that $226 deductible. All right. So the Part B base premium went down to $164 per month. Now, what you got to remember is with that Part B deductible, there's something called IRMA. IRMA stands for Income Related Monthly Adjustment Amount. A lot of my clients here in Bluffton and Hilton Head get blindsided by this, but I always give them the form to appeal it. What does this mean? The more you make, the more you pay in your Part B premium. Now, 95% of most people pay $164. They're going to pay the $164 a month. But some of you, I've got a client right down the street. He makes over $500,000 a year. Nice problem to have is what I tell him. But anyway, that doesn't make him feel any better. He pays almost $600 a month for his Part B premium. The more you make, the more you're going to pay in your Part B premium. So what you have to remember is the IRMA kicks in if you're single and you make over $97,000 a year. You're going to have a higher Part B premium, monthly premium. If you're a couple and you make over $194,000, you're going to have a higher Part B premium than $164. And then if we look right here, You can see 97 to 123, you're going to pay 230. If you're a couple and you're making between about 194 and 246,000, you're going to pay 230, and you can read this chart. Now, okay guys, moving on to Part D. Part D prescription drug plan, also known as a standalone drug plan, Medicare Part D. Very popular plan. 49 million Americans are enrolled in this popular outpatient drug plan. And what you got to remember about Part D is when you enroll in Part D, you're not going to need to go to the Social Security office or apply online at ssa.gov like you did with Part A and Part B. For many of you, you are going to enroll through private insurance companies on Medicare.gov, or you can call an agent or an advocate like myself. The base premium varies between insurance companies. You can pay anywhere as low as $7 with Aetna Silver Scripts, up to $200 a month, depending on the state, the county, and the insurance company offers the plan. But the average base premium is $32 a month. Just like with Part B, Social Security can add on extra money on your premium if you're making more money. Okay, guys, so if you disagree with your income-related monthly adjustment amount, let's say you no longer make above 97 or 194,000 as a couple, you can appeal this. You can amend this. You can file an amended tax return. You have a more recent return that shows you're receiving a lower income than previously reported. We can change that, and I'm going to leave a link. It's called a reconsideration request. You fill that out. You get it into Social Security, and what they'll do, you'll need to provide documentation of either your correct income or a life-changing event that caused your income to decrease, and I'll have that link below this so you can appeal that, all right? One more thing. The monthly premium for a drug plan is probably the last thing you really want to look at when you're looking at the best drug plan that fits your particular prescriptions. You can figure the best plan by using the Medicare.gov site, or you can see the most cost-effective plan based on using your Medicare Plan Finder tool inside your personal Medicare, My Medicare portal. Here at May River Medicare, we run drug plan analysis at no charge. When you become an Advantage Plan or Medicare Supplement client of ours, we will do that every year for you. I've got 2 assistants. That's what they do during annual enrollment period. So just remember, the lowest premium doesn't always equate to the lowest total cost for the year for your drugs and premium put together. So you want to look at that, all right? Now, let's get to this year's 2023 Medicare Part D deductible. That deductible is $505. That's the max that a drug individual standalone Part D drug plan can charge you, $505. A lot of drug plans don't charge that. They're less. But the plan with the lowest premium is not always the best plan, all right? So there are 4 stages of these drug plans. So the first stage is the deductible stage. That's the $505. You got to pay the first $505 before the plan starts going into the copay or initial coverage stage, the copay stage, where you'll have copays for depending on what tier your drug is in. Tier 1s are generics, tier 2s are preferred generics. They're going to be low. A lot of drug plans will let you mail order tier 1 and tier 2s for free right to your doorstep. No cost. We're not allowed to say free. All right. Once you spend, now this is important, once you spend $4,660 in your drug spending, you'll enter what's called the donut hole or the coverage gap, where you're going to pay 25% of the cost of the drugs when you continue to fill out your scripts, and then your spending reaches $7,400. You'll enter the catastrophic level stage and pay less than 5% of the cost of the drugs for brand and retail, okay? And the very last thing for the 2023 cost of Medicare is the Medicare Advantage plans or Medicare Part C. Those are the commercials you see on TV 24 hours a day with Joe Namath and lots of other folks that talk about zero premium, free this, free that. Well, the reality is for 2023, your maximum out-of-pocket will be $8,300 per year. Now, that's not necessarily what your Advantage plan charges, but the maximum out-of-pocket, what that means, real quick, once you meet the maximum out-of-pocket limit, your plan will cover 100% of all approved Part A or Part B services. So most of these plans, if you go to the hospital, you're going to pay $400 a day for days 1 through 6. That's how you can reach your maximum out of pocket. Now, just because they charge $8,300, that's the most an Advantage plan can charge you for your max out of pocket. So most of my clients get that through in and out of the hospital. If you get cancer, you got to pay 20% of all cancer treatments, radiology, chemo. That's another way. Outpatient surgeries. A lot of these plans charge you 20% of outpatient surgery. That's how you could reach this $8,300. Now, there's a plan in Beaufort County that has only a $2,900 max out of pocket. A lot of plans are $5,000, $5,900, $7,500 a year. That's your worst case scenario. That's how much you can pay with an Advantage plan each year if you get sick. They can't charge you more than $8,300 for 2023. Many plans charge much lower than that. That's why you want to look at your summary of benefits and look at what the max out of pocket is. In my opinion, that's the most important thing that you can look at, besides whether your doctors take the plan and your drugs are in the Advantage plan drug formulary. All right. You guys have a great day. I hope you enjoyed this course, and subscribe to our New to Medicare mini series, where you'll get 6 videos similar to this one. What your choices are. Really, you only have 2 paths. You can get a Medicare supplement or you can get a Medicare Advantage plan. But before you make that choice, you definitely want to look at our 6-day mini course. You can subscribe below this video. Have a great day. Bye-bye.